very good afternoon. You're watching Newsx and I'm Shivani saying we are tracking the biggest political development of today, which is the political row over Udhayanidhi Stalin's detention, which has intensified in Tamil Nadu. After the DMK leader was detained over his alleged remarks against Chief Minister C. Joseph Vijay and a female actress, protests have also erupted in the state. While DMK leaders have condemned the police action as politically motivated, the ruling TVK and BJP have defended the detention. The issue has now sparked a major political showdown with reactions pouring in from across the political spectrum. With that, in fact, viewers, let's take a look at the full timeline of what happened, why this detention took place, how he was booked, how did the police actually come to the fore, and why such protests are now erupting across Tamil Nadu. So let's look at the full timeline over here. August 3rd, 2026, 11:30 a.m., which is yesterday, around a few hours before right now, we have the Tamil Nadu leader of the opposition, Udhayanidhi Stalin, addressing a rally amid the Kaveri dispute. Now remember that there is a Kaveri water sharing dispute that is currently ongoing between Karnataka and also Tamil Nadu. So during that entire address, he made these particular remarks. Let's look at 12 p.m. Half an hour later, attendees of the rally chant actress Trisha's name amid the speech. So there is a female actress whose name has been dragged into this political controversy, and at 12 p.m., half an hour into this rally, the attendees of the rally started chanting the name of this actress. Then what happens is Udhayanidhi smiles, then he makes a vulgar double meaning remark. So what he does is, when he hears that chanting going on in the rally, Udhayanidhi smiles and he makes a particular remark. And after that, at 4:30 p.m., which is 4 hours later, when the speech has been broadcast, TVK leaders slam Udhayanidhi over the disgusting remarks. So TVK leaders first pointed out at 4:30 p.m. that this was a remark that was made by the leader of the opposition in Tamil Nadu, Udhayanidhi Stalin, against a female actress, and those remarks were unpalatable. So that's what TVK comes in, and then half an hour later at 5 p.m. TVK's youth wing files a complaint against Udhayanidhi in the Thanjavur East police station. So then what happens is, later as the news spreads that such a remark has been made against a female actress by the leader of the opposition in Tamil Nadu, Udhayanidhi, what happens is the TVK youth wing, they go to the police station in Thanjavur East and they file a complaint with the police. Then at 6 p.m. what happens is that BJP leaders also slam Udhayanidhi and call for his arrest. So then the BJP comes to know about these remarks that have been made at a public rally. Remember, there are hundreds of people present at such rallies. He is the leader of the opposition in the state, and these are the remarks that he makes. So the BJP also slams the remarks and also calls for his arrest. Then let's come to today. Since today morning, what all has happened? 4th August, 10:20 a.m., TVK Women's Wing protests against Udhayanidhi Stalin's remarks. So now the TVKs, after the youth wing actually filed the complaint at the Thanjavur East police station, the women's wing of the TVK also gets involved. They stage a protest outside Udhayanidhi Stalin's remarks, and this is the footage. So we are getting you the visuals as well of what is actually happening since today morning. We have the women protesters protesting against these remarks that have been derogatory remarks that have been made against a female actress. Then let's look at 10 minutes later. What happens is the police arrives outside Tamil Nadu LOP Udhayanidhi Stalin's residence. So 10 minutes later, as soon as the protest starts, we have the police arriving at Udhayanidhi Stalin's residence, and at 11:15 a.m. Udhayanidhi has been detained by the police acting on the FIR or the complaint that has been filed. So by 11:15 a.m. today, Udhayanidhi Stalin was detained by the police. A long chain of events, first recognition of these derogatory remarks, after that filing of a complaint, condemnation of the complaint, a demand for a arrest, we saw protest, and at 11:15 Udhayanidhi Stalin was detained. Then at 11:20, 5 minutes later, DMK leaders actually staged protests, blocked the road to stop the police. So, as soon as the message spread that Udhayanidhi Stalin had been detained by the police, 5 minutes later, we have the DMK party workers stage a protest. They also stopped the police by blocking the roads over there. Then at 12:15 p.m., Udhayanidhi gives his first response, says ready to face consequences. And look at that, we are playing out those visuals for you. He's smiling in those visuals. So, this is his first reactions after that remark that he made against a female actress, and he's saying that he's ready to face the consequences. This is at 12:15, an hour ago, and then at 12:30 p.m. the former CM M.K. Stalin arrives at the DMK party headquarters after his son's arrest. So, we saw around half an hour to 45 minutes ago that the former Chief Minister of the state arrived at the DMK headquarters right after his son was in fact arrested and detained by the police. Well, let's discuss this issue further with Tahira Hassan, who is a women's rights activist, and Rajalakshmi Joshi, who is a political analyst. Both of them are joining us on this broadcast to discuss this political showdown that is currently taking place in Tamil Nadu. Tahira Hassan, I want to start off with you. At 12:15, we saw the first reactions coming in from Udhayanidhi Stalin. Obviously, it was in the moment, a lot of rush, a lot of commotion, but he did seem to have a smile on his face despite making these unpalatable remarks, ma'am. How are you looking at this entire incident, controversy that is in fact taking place in Tamil Nadu?
Yeah, that he was taking the rally for the sharing of the Kaveri river water, where somebody started chanting the name of the actress. I think that these people who hold the very responsible post, they are public representative, they should take their responsibility also. Like that, why drag the women everywhere? You can't pass a derogatory comment. You are responsible to uphold the dignity of the woman. You politically or ideologically fight is all right. And you pick up the issues that affects the common man, that is good. The river, whatever, water, education. But why drag it everywhere, woman? I think these derogatory comments are not acceptable. If he has said, because I haven't heard his statement properly, so if he has really something against a woman, whether she was actress, whether she was a common woman, whether she was a grassroots worker, whether she was an agricultural labor, whatever, every woman has dignity. It has enshrined our constitution. Article 14 says this thing. Article 21 says right to life. Right to life does not mean only it allows you to breathe. No, it allows you to lead your life dignified way, and you should be provided livelihood and all. So these issues must be taken. The women should not be targeted like that. And what is the use of chanting the women name, whoever she is? I don't want to take the name of any woman. Whoever they are taking the name, why drag the name of the woman in your rally when you're taking some important issue according to you? You want the sharing of the Kaveri river water, so your people also get benefit. So why are you taking the name of that woman? No personal attack should be allowed, not by any party. You can't be selective. That this party leader has said so, the other party will fight and will be aggressive. And if their party leader says they silence, this silence is disturbing, This silence should be broken.
Absolutely. In fact, let me also get in a word from Rajalakshmi Joshi, who is joining us on this broadcast as well. Ma'am, this is a controversy that is absolutely shameful to even discuss, because why is a woman's name being dragged in a political controversy? And the fact that he is the leader of the opposition in Tamil Nadu, he is the son of the former chief minister of Tamil Nadu, and we saw the first reactions come in from Udhayanidhi Stalin, and he seems to be smiling amid all this chaos.
Shivani, the crux of the problem is that Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin is an entitled brat with a loose tongue. This is the fact of the matter. So he has been a repeat offender. He has been speaking offensively about other women in politics, about women from other political parties. He has spoken extremely offensively against Sanatan Dharma. And this is not the first time he has made such offensive remarks, but I definitely hope that he will be taken to task, so that this should be the last time he is speaking in such a manner. So people in responsible positions, he being the leader of opposition, he holds a very responsible position, and he is the leader of his party, and he is the youth leader. And this party is trying to reach out to Gen Z. So what kind of a message, what kind of an example is he setting for other people, for other youngsters in his state and in the country? So I think that this kind of an action is definitely something that needs to be taken. He needs to be given a very a good deterrent, and obviously he needs to be taken to task. At least for now, I hope that some justice will be meted out. See, he has been extremely unregretful, unremorseful about his past statements. Even this time round, yes, you also said it right, that he is still smiling. See, he is very conveniently saying that, oh, I had never mentioned anybody's name. I did not take anyone's name. Some other people must have been calling out her name. So what was the reason for him to smirk and make a double meaning statement, and then clarify and say with a smirk on his face, saying, oh, I mean to say that this is about the Kaveri river. This is not about somebody else. So it clearly means that he is actually making a very vulgar double meaning statement, and then he's clarifying it and he's smirking. So he knows that, he's trying to find an easy way out of this entire thing. I don't think that this is the way in which he is able to actually appeal to anybody, whether those people in power, whether to his electorate, whether to the Gen Z. I don't think that he is making any political brownie points. So I don't understand how and why he should be repeatedly making these kind of offensive statements. So this, Shivani, this is extremely offensive, not just to me as a woman, but I think that even everybody should think about how, if politicians make such statements about their sisters, about their mothers, just imagine that now, some days back, we have been hearing all kinds of extremely vulgar offensive statements against the Prime Minister and his mother. And I am extremely appalled at the kind of language that was being used in public space. So I definitely think that these kind of statements should be taken to task very strongly at that. And I hope that he is not able to to get away easily out of this, Shivani. He definitely needs to be pulled up, and this is something that the DMK has been doing repeatedly. Not just him, the DMK leaders in general have been doing this.
Right, ma'am. I'll come back to you, ma'am. I'll come back to you. Let me, in fact, introduce some information that is also flowing in, because this is a quickly developing situation that is happening. Now, TVK leader Revat Charan has welcomed the action against Udhayanidhi Stalin, saying that there is no place for abusive conduct or perverse mindsets in the new Tamil Nadu. He said that women cannot be targeted through abusive politics, and asserted that those responsible will face the full force of the law. Let me go across to my colleague Belly Somers, who now joins us live on the broadcast. Belly, obviously we are seeing a lot of reactions coming in to the arrest and also to the remarks that have been made. We have the TVK leader, Mr. Charan, also state that such remarks are not palatable and will face the full force of the law.
Absolutely, Shivani. So, Tamil Nadu Vetri Kazhagam leaders are sure about one thing, that there is zero tolerance against such kind of statements issued against any women, for that matter. So, be it it was a chief minister's friend, or a co-actress, or anyone for that matter. They are in no mood to relent or listen to such kind of a statement. And this is coming after the kind of a confidence that the leader of opposition showed at the time of his arrest. He was still smiling and still confident about coming out clean, as if he's not going to be held legally accountable, is what his attitude is. So this is what is being discussed and debated, not only on social media, but across political circles in Tamil Nadu Vetri Kazhagam circles as well, that they are not going to tolerate anything like this again. A person who is holding a constitutional post and not yielding to the constitution as such, to the articles that are mentioned in the constitution as such, will not get away with it. So, meaning to say that he has committed a heinous crime, is what the Tamil Nadu Vetri Kazhagam is trying to reiterate, and they are trying to establish that him being in such a position shouldn't have uttered these statements, and this will cost him so much.
Right.
Shivani.
All right. Thank you so much, Belly, for all that information. I'd also like to thank both our guests who joined us earlier, Ms. Taira Hassan and Rajlakshmi Joshi, for their valuable perspective on this issue. We are moving forward to some other news coming in from the national capital. Now, Aam Aadmi Party national convener Arvind Kejriwal